with this storm affecting things in the afternoon and tomorrow morning, that means it's going to probably affect your ride home, as it's going to affect your commute tomorrow morning, as the roads are going to be very, very busy and very stuffed with snow, and a lot of great things to deal with here in the four communities. And joining us right now, live on the Splash, we have Craig Bryson with the Road Commission for Oakland County joining us right now. Craig, good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. Really important to have you with us to get this information out about this major snowstorm making its way to Michigan. What are some of the biggest concerns that you're seeing with this high amount of snowfall?
Well, it's not only the volume of the snow, it's the consistency of the snow. It's also the duration. We've got this storm, then we'll have about a day break, and then we've got more snow coming on Saturday. So we've got multiple days worth of work here, and it'll take us at least a couple days to clean up at least the initial snowfall. So lots of concerns with this one.
I know. Michigan weather continuing to wreak havoc all across the state. What are some of the things that the Road Commission right now is watching out for, not just for today, but for these upcoming snowstorms that will also be affecting us this weekend?
Well, one of the concerns is the threat that this could start out, or part of it could contain freezing rain as well as snow. That's obviously a real challenge. Leads to a lot more icing, and we're concerned about that. The freezing rain can wash our salt off the roads, and then lead to refreeze when the temperatures drop again. So that's a big challenge. The intensity of the snow, the forecast is saying we could have snowfall rates of about ½ inch an hour or up to ¾ of an inch an hour. If we get that kind of snow rate, the roads will be snow covered. We'll be out with all of our equipment, but at that rate, there's no way we can keep up with it. And people just need to know that there will be times when the roads are snow covered during the storm event itself.
My goodness, doesn't sound like a lot of great things are in the forecast right now. Would you say that this might be the biggest storm we've had so far this winter here in Michigan?
Absolutely. It looks like it certainly could. If it turns out to be what the forecast is saying, it will certainly be the biggest one so far this winter season.
Well, you guys are doing everything you can to prepare right now, and I know you're going to be doing a lot of hard work tomorrow once the snowstorm is over to make sure that these roads are clean for when people are starting their commute to work. What are some of the major roads that you guys are probably going to be hitting first?
Right. So our priority system is the roads with the most traffic moving at the highest speeds. So first in that list is the freeways, I-75, 696, M59, 275. Et cetera, and those are the highest priority. Then we move to the major surface streets, which include roads like Orchard Lake Road, 12 Mile Road, outside of your area, Southfield Road, Big Beaver Road, many of the major mile roads. Those are the highest priorities. Working down from there, at the bottom of that list, unfortunately, is the subdivision roads, carrying the least amount of traffic, moving at the lowest speeds. And we want to ask people to please be patient. We will get into the subdivisions, but it'll probably be at least a couple of days till we get things cleaned up. And depending on how much more snow we get on Saturday, it could be after that before we start to really get into the subdivisions if we get as much snow as they're projecting.
That's absolutely right. And for when people are making their commutes to work tomorrow or throughout the rest of the week, what are some very important things that they need to remember if there are some backups and a lot of traffic to deal with on the roads right now?
Yeah, first and foremost, give yourself extra time. Plan to go slower than usual. If it's snowing as hard as they say, the morning rush hour in particular tomorrow could be messy. The afternoon rush hour today could be messy. And once rush hour starts, our trucks can't get through the traffic any faster than anybody else. And so we often see this 2-hour block or so where the roads, even if they've been cleaned before that, become snow covered again because we can't get through the rush hour traffic. Rest assured, we are out and we're doing everything we can. And as soon as the rush hour traffic clears, we'll be able to make good progress again. But again, it could be very slow going during the rush hour periods.
For those just joining us right now in The Splash, we have Craig Bryson from the Road Commission for Oakland County talking about some of the things that the Road Commission is going to be watching out for as these major snowstorms make their way to Michigan very, very soon. And Craig, what are some of the bigger concerns that the Road Commission might be having to deal with these storms that maybe people aren't as aware of or they don't immediately think of?
Well, refreeze is a big concern. When we go out and salt and plow, we get the snow and ice melted, and then there's liquid on the roads, and the temperatures drop. That can quickly refreeze and cause dangerous situations with icing. So we're working constantly to try to prevent or respond to refreeze. That's a big concern. We get these squalls that come through if the wind picks up, and we have essentially whiteout conditions. Again, even if we've been out for hours, that can cover up everything very quickly, and it looks like we haven't been there at all. Those are concerns. The timing of the storm for evening rush hour tonight and morning rush hour tomorrow are big concerns. And again, the duration with this, lasting well into Thursday, Friday being a cleanup day, and then more snow coming on Saturday. We could be out for 5-6 days straight. And that's a human resources challenge for us. Our people need breaks and rest. And even though we'll be running 24 hours a day, we may have to reduce the number of trucks out at times to get people some rest.
That's absolutely right. But I know you guys are going to be very, very hard at work. But for what it sounds like you're selling us all right now is with a lot of snow, but there's also with a lot of ice, it sounds like the bigger danger is going to be more so on the things you can't necessarily see, more so on the things that you do see.
Absolutely. Everybody sees the snow. When there's snow falling, people respond appropriately. The ice sometimes is not clearly visible. It looks like just a wet road, but it may be ice, and that's a real concern for us. And we remind people to please slow down. Please presume there may be some ice and drive appropriately for that. We don't want to see anybody getting in a crash. Everything we do is to try to prevent crashes on the roads, and we need the motorists to help us out by slowing down and using caution.
What are some of the things that maybe the residents can do to also assist? Since the Road Commission is going to be doing so much, what are some things that the residents can do to also help manage the roads?
Certainly, once we do get into subdivisions, if you're able to move cars off the subdivision streets, that helps us get through the subs more quickly and make sure they're evenly plowed. If you can stay home, it's a great time to. We know many people can't stay home and have to be out on the roads. Again, give yourself extra time. Don't crowd the plow. If you see the snow plows out there, state law says you got to stay 200 feet back from them, 20 feet back when they're stopped at an intersection. So please give them the room they need to do the jobs to make the road safe for the rest of us. Those are drivers out there doing, long hours trying to make the road safe. So please help them out by not crowding the plow.
That's absolutely right. Pitch in a little bit to help make things easy for everyone. Craig, thank you so much for joining us. One quick question before we let you go. Where can people go to gain a little more insight on what to expect with this storm and to gain some updates on what the Road Commission is going to be doing?
The best way to get quick updates is through our social media sites. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Facebook and Facebook and X are the most updated of our social media platforms, and we'll continue to add new information there as we get it.
And it's great that you do. Great information all right at our fingertips. I know you guys are going to be hard at work. Craig Bryson, thank you so much for joining us today on The Splash.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.